Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's video, I got a little bit of an edited run of me doing the Hashemite Dynasty playthrough, the one where you do the Federation, what you can get an achievement for. I actually get the achievement in this video. And well, it's an alright focus path, but before we get into it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So basically, I'll have gameplay running in the background, just some clips of like what I did. It's like the gameplay's not so bad. It actually is pretty fun. Like the achievement was pretty easy and all that, and you'll see there's some interesting things that happen. The problem I really see with this path is that it's really like you can't really annex your puppets. Like as you can see on the screen, I'm getting a lot of puppets. I have Syria, Lebanon, not Syria, Lebanon, Syria, Palestine, and Jordan, and later on I'll get Kuwait. The problem is that like I get cores on Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine, but they're not even integrated puppets. Like you have to fully annex them. That's very expensive and not really worth it for the cores you get out of it. You also get to invade Saudi Arabia, which is not too bad, but you only get cores on like Hejaz and like the western coast, like old Ottoman territory. Pretty much the rest that wasn't like controlled by the Ottomans you don't really get. You can also like puppet Yemen because it's also independent, but that's about it. Like it's not a bad path per se. It's just I kind of wish there was a way to more integrate them. Like the other side, the one that you like form the empire, like where you conquer everything and pretty much form Arabia and all that. You do annex them, but like I just don't think that should be a choice path where like you have to pick between the two. It's just make it easier where like you get like some paths have a decision where like you click the button for like 75 political power and like it gets rid of autonomy on your puppet, something like that, or make it where like they get a spirit where like their autonomy ticks down. Like the 300 political power isn't even that bad because Iraq's actually like by the time you're getting around to this, it isn't that bad. It's just the integration because you don't have an economy. It's like you just making it where you could actually integrate them would be nice. It would be really cool. Now the other thing is that you also have Turkey. Now Turkey invaded me, even after we signed the Sadabat Pact, where like we had a alliance. Oh, not an alliance, a non-aggression pact, which is kind of interesting because they declared war on Syria because I made Syria my puppet. They didn't give Hatay back. You don't get that decision, by the way. That's a Syrian decision, which is kind of stupid. It should go to you. Either way, it caused Turkey to go to war with Syria, which bypasses your non-aggression pact. But because you're guaranteed by the United Kingdom, the allies come in, so it actually was pretty fun. I don't really mind it all that much. Like that interaction actually works out kind of well. I just wish you got the decision, not Syria. So then you could decide if you wanted to just give it up or go to war, because that could mess up strategies. I was not ready. My army was still in Saudi Arabia, like completely unaware. But we managed to pull it off, and I annexed like half of Turkey, and then they changed the government to a democracy on the other half. So it was actually pretty cool. I think another big issue is that like once you do that, there's kind of not a whole lot to do, because you can join the allies that way. It bypasses some focuses and all that. That lets you get to Kuwait puppet. Like you should be able to maybe just being able to integrate them and all that. Another thing, and I don't think it's necessarily a problem with the path per se, is that like it takes till about 1939 for like an event chain to happen with like your monarch dying, because he's a advisor you can't fire. And once he dies, you can either like put like a regent in, or actually put like, I guess it's a prince or someone else on the throne. I'm not sure if it's his son or if it's some part of the family. I'm not sure how that stuff is. But you put him on the throne, and like you can act like that's how you do the other side of the path, the one where like you conquer Arabia. So you can't even start that tree until like 39. You also have to wait for him to die to do another part of the middle part of the tree, where you can get rid of the golden square. So you have to keep the golden square around until 39, which, while like the debuff really sucks, it actually is not like that's all of your high command and everything else anyway. So purging that while you're at early wars probably isn't a good idea anyway. So I guess it's not that big a deal, but I just kind of wish you could maybe speed it up a little bit if you decided to. Like I know you can like do the other side of the tree, but that means you can't do the part where you go down to like the Hashemite stuff. So it just a few little tweaks. I think this path would be really good. It's not so bad on its own. I just a couple little bugs in the game, which they happen, like with like the Syrian thing. That's not a big deal. That just needs to change where the event goes to. Not that hard. They made a new puppet and they clearly didn't test it with Turkey. That stuff happens. I wish it didn't happen, but it does, so it's not that big a deal. But just making it where you could integrate the puppets would be just perfect. I think that would fix the issue I have with this tree. Because honestly, like, it was like World War I kicked off. I had him all as puppets and had pretty much done all my expansion while I was in the Allies. I could have left and declared war on Iran or something, but like I really didn't care for it because there's no real purpose to it for this path. So I thought it was something that they could fix, make it just a little bit better, just because it feels like this path could just use a little bit more at the end, just making it where like you could actually have to annex them, like, or make it like a little decision window to make it where you could do it. The other thing is, like, Lebanon kind of just sits there on its own, and I think this is going to just be a problem in general for the game, is now that Syria and Lebanon are puppets, they don't go to Vichy. They stay as puppets of France, which, like, it's just a weird interaction. I don't know how it's going to affect the Vichy and the Free France tree, and I don't know, like, because, like, once I took Syria, that's not a big deal, but then Lebanon just kind of sitting there, so that's going to be a thing. We'll see after my, I'm going to go do another playthrough of the actual, not the Arabian Federation, which I did, where I got the achievement, but we'll see if the problems still persist or if it's just this path specific. Alright, I think that'll wrap it up for that, so remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.